Hi everyone, this is Mohammed from megaprogrammers.com, and in this video we will talk about doing mathematical operations part 2. So I decided to record this video on a Mac to show you that it's possible to follow along with this course using a Mac with no problems. So we'll start off by creating a variable of type integer and give it a value of 1. So int myInt equals 1. Let's go ahead and output that to our terminal. Console.writeLine myInt. Let's go ahead and hit the play button or the run button. We don't need a console.readline or console.read key because this is a Mac. On Windows, you will have to put that. So as we expected, 1. Alright, so now let's try to add 3 to myInt. So to do that, we're gonna put myInt equals myInt, which is the value of 1, plus 3. So we're expecting 4. Let's go ahead and see if we're going to get what we're expecting. Console.writeLine myInt and F5 to run our program, and 4 as we expected. So now let's try to subtract 3 from this new value. The value of myInt currently is 4. So myInt equals myInt minus 3. Let's go ahead and output that to the terminal. And as you can see, 1. So now the value of myInt is 1. Let's try multiplying 3 by the value of 1, which we're expecting to have 3. So myInt equals myInt times, which is the asterisk or shift and 8, 3. Let's see the value of myInt. And as you can see, 3 multiplied by 1 equals 3. So let's try to divide it by 3. So myInt equals myInt divided by 3. And console.writeLine myInt. F5 to run our program. And as you can see, 1. So this is the longer version of what we would like to do. There is a shorter version though. So let's go ahead and put a comment right here. That's a multi-line comment. So the shorter version to say myInt equals myInt plus 3 is myInt plus equals 3. So that means add 3 to the current value of myInt, which is 1, so we're expecting 4. So let's go ahead and try it. And F5 to run our program. And as you can see, 4. We can do it, of course, with any number we would like. Same thing goes with subtraction. MyInt minus equals 3. Console dot write line myInt. So 1 as we expected. And we can do that with the multiplication. So myInt times equals 3. Console.writeLine myInt and 3 as we expected. And then last but not least, the division. My int divided by equals 3 console dot write line my int, and as you can see, 1. So before I let you go, there are 2 tricks that I would like to let you know, and we're going to be using them later in this course. So let's go ahead and give it some comments here. So instead of saying my int equals my int plus 1 or my int plus equals 1, there is a shorter version. So we can go my int plus plus. That's basically going to add 1 to the value of my int. So let's go ahead and test that and see if we succeeded to add 1. F5. And as you can see, the value of my int was 1, and then it's 2. Let's go ahead and try it with the minus. So my int minus minus, and that means subtract 1 from the current value. Console.writeLine my int, and as you can see, it's back to 1. If we try my int multiply multiply, it will not do that. It will actually complain that there is an error. So we can't do that. Let's try divided by, and it won't do that because it's considering this as a comment. Basically, the comment is where I can write something like that to explain what is the next bit of code I'm gonna do. So let's go ahead and say this adds 1 to the current value of my int. As you can see, I can type whatever I want when it comes to the comments, and the subtracts 1 from the current value of my int. And we can just write a comment here. Doesn't work with multiply multiply or divided. That means basically that we ended our comment here. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, happy programming!